Hello and welcome to the second video in this series, which is aimed at assisting with scope mounting. Your new ATN X-Sight 4K or Mars 4 will have come with a set of three 30mm Picatinny rings. These are included as the most common configuration option. The Picatinny rail is the most commonly used system by firearms manufacturers, and the high reach means these rings will be suitable with almost any action and barrel combination. You'll find there's one plain straight ring included, one straight ring that includes double Picatinny lugs for accessory mounting, and a swept-back ring which is ideal for shorter action firearms where the unit's centre box means straight rings will not fit. If you decide to opt for aftermarket rings, you'll need to consider the above factors, such as how and where you're going to mount your IR light for the X-Sight 4K. When mounting your scope in the rings, it's easiest to start by mounting the lower halves of the rings on the rail first. Ensure the spacing suits the tube sections of the scope and allows room to mount any aftermarket products you intend to use, such as an IR. Check that the scope is at a suitable distance for good eye relief. All ATN rifle scopes share the same eyepiece, which has a class leading eye relief and eye box, which makes this a lot easier than with many other digital devices. In order to level the scope, first ensure that the rifle itself is level using a spirit level or a similar device. You can either put this across the top of the action or across the top of the rail to ensure that you've got it set level. To then ensure that the scope is level in the rings, you can either eye the top of the scope across the top of the rings, or use the reticle to try and check by eye through the viewfinder that it is level, although this can be problematic. The other alternative, which is far better, is to use the gyroscope on the widgets in the viewfinder. In order to see these widgets, you must have the widget setting in the menu set to extended. Once you've leveled the scope and you're content with its position, you can add the top halves of the rings and tighten them down to lock the scope in place. All rifle scopes are supplied with an extra long eye cup to match the long eye relief of the scopes. These don't have to be used, but they can be really useful for reducing the amount of light glare on the objective lens in particularly bright conditions. However, if you prefer not to use it, or if you prefer not to have the eyepiece in contact with your eye when shooting and looking through the scope, you may choose to trim down the length of the eye cup to match your preference. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it useful, and hopefully you can join us next time. We're going to be looking at how to zero your rifle scope.